So, if you want to be miserable, depressed, unfulfilled, and unhappy for the rest of your life, then all you need to do is work a 9-to-5 job until you die. I cannot believe how working a job for a company that doesn't give a shit about you anyways, how a construct like that ever became the norm. Like, this is the most I don't even have the right words here. Like, this shit is so depressing if you think about it, and it's just the norm. This is what people do. This is what I did for the last 10 years, and luckily I was in a position where I could, cut down my hours and only work for 3 days a week, because honestly I could not work for 5 days a week anymore. And now I can already feel that it's once you realize how absurd this whole thing is, and once you see how stupid it is to just waste your life for a company and for this paper money that's absolutely worthless because they print it out of thin air, and you just sell your time, your precious time, the only thing that you actually have and actually own, your own time, the most valuable thing ever. Like, your time is the most valuable thing, period. There is nothing more important than your own lifetime. We only live once. Our time is limited, very limited. In fact, this could be your last day. You don't know, like, you never know. And it's just such a weird construct that we trade this time for some stupid paper that loses its value. It doesn't matter if it's euros or dollar. The whole monetary system is so broken. You go to work, you make some money, you can barely afford to pay rent, you can barely afford your car, and you need that car to get to work. And then of course you also need to eat, and groceries are so expensive right now, especially here in Austria, but probably all over the world. And of course they then tell you that inflation isn't that high, it's not that bad, it's like 2%, but if you do the math on your own and you really check the prices, it's actually 10%. And they think that we're stupid, and many people are stupid. Many people believe everything that someone writes in some stupid fucking newspaper, or everything that's on television is real. And nowadays, they switched over to social media. It's just, people believe all that bullshit, but they refuse to actually see the truth, which is they are trading their precious lifetime for a paper money, only to buy some fancy stuff that they don't need, and to buy a house that is 10 times the price that it should actually be, or to buy a car that they don't even want to, but they have to impress other people, and they have to get to work to the place where they don't even want to be, but they have to be there to make that paper money. It's just this downward spiral. The worst part is that they try to convince themselves that it's not even that bad. They're like, oh, my job isn't that bad, I get paid enough, I actually like my job, which for 99% of people is just not true at all. But if they were honest to themselves, then they would need to change something about it. And the one thing that people don't want to admit is that it is actually in their own power, in their own hands, to change something about their life. And in fact, they are also responsible for being in that position in the first place. I mean, of course, the system was built like this, and most people just slide into it, and then they are 40 years old and they ask themselves how they actually ended up here, but it was their own decisions that made them get to the point where they are now. So, but it's hard because, you know, some people are in really bad positions. Some people don't have the privilege to work less hours or to just switch their job or to try something new. I mean, of course it's possible for everybody, but for some people it's harder than for others. So yeah, and luckily I am in a position to, you know, to work less hours and maybe try something different. But like I said, I've been in the same company for 10 years now, and how can I, you know, talk like this and, you know, talk about a 9-to-5 job like this if I still work a 9-to-5 job? And that's why I made a decision, and I'm going to enter a new chapter of my life now, and working 9-to-5 is not a part of it. I know it's gonna be hard, and I don't know exactly how it's going to play out yet, but that's okay. You know, I'm 30 years old right now, and someone out there just, you know, just got the message that, you know, he or she got cancer, and they're the same age as me. Someone just got hit by a car. Someone else didn't wake up today because he or she died in her or his sleep. So, you know, this could happen to me too. This could happen to anybody, and we are so afraid to actually take a leap and change something about our lives. And, you know, how could I talk about it like this if I'm not doing it? So I don't want to be hypocritical here. So yeah, I know that it's hard, and I know that it takes it takes courage, and it won't be easy, and it won't always be fun, but I have to do it now. I can no longer work in a 9-to-5 job. Like, working a 9-to-5 job is literally killing me, and I'm not exaggerating. I had so many health issues that I know 100% came just from working a 9-to-5 job. It's not the job itself. I mean, if you have a 9-to-5 job that you love, and, you know, it can be awesome if you work in the right company, or if you work in a small company with a bunch of guys doing cool stuff, then of course I'm not saying that every 9-to-5 job is bad, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about these soul-sucking 9-to-5 jobs that make you look at the clock like every 5 minutes, and, you know, these jobs where you just wish that the day would finally come to an end, which is, again, absolutely stupid and wrong, because our time is so valuable. Like, the time on Earth is so short. It's just a blink of an eye. We are here for a very short period of time, and then we won't exist ever again. Like, we did not exist for 13.8 billion years. Now we exist for a couple of decades, and then we're gone again forever. So this is all we have. This tiny window, like maybe these 80 years, for some people only 40 years, for some people only 20 years. This is all we have, and we should not be sitting there looking at the clock, waiting for the time to pass. That is just so wrong on so many levels. Working a 9-to-5 job is actually against our nature. Like, seriously, that is not what a human being was made to do. So yeah, I'm not going to be the one talking about how you need to make those changes without actually making them myself. So yeah, I made the decision now. I still have some weeks left, but yeah, I'm going to enter a new chapter of my life. I don't know how it will go. I know that there will be a lot of challenges coming at me, but you know, that's not a bad thing. I feel like we need to, I don't know, we need to remember that challenges or hard times are not something that we should avoid. They're actually there to, you know, to make us stronger. Like, I know how cliche that sounds, but you know, you need to overcome these challenging times, and once you've done it, you will end up in a very different place, and at the same time you will be a different person, and that is the only way that growth actually works. So yeah, it's gonna be hard, but that's okay. I need to do it now, because sooner or later I'll be dead, I'll be 6 feet under, and then it's too late to make any changes. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. If you're still here, thank you very much for watching all the way until the end. It's very dark in here, you probably cannot see my face anymore at this point, but that doesn't matter. If you want to support me and my work, you can check out my website, marcobane.studio. If you have any questions, or if you're interested in one of my paintings, just email me. Email is linked below, or I'll put it here on the screen as well. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.